Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm your girl Tiana and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time here, welcome to our channel. So I share this channel with my partner who is absent at this time. So as you can tell by the title, in this video I'll be talking about the pros and cons as I see it of online school, online learning. So as you guys are aware, we're living in this pandemic, okay? All countries, or most countries across the world, are affected by this pandemic. Here in Jamaica, the government has decided that, okay, we're not going to be having any face-to-face contact. We're going to be doing online school. So further up in the year, when this pandemic all started, I remember doing online classes. For me, as an adult, it was very convenient because sometimes I have like very early classes, and instead of getting up out of my bed to go to class, I actually get up out of my bed, but I don't have to do nothing. Like, I don't have to brush my teeth, I don't have to wash my face, I don't have to bathe, I don't have to travel, I don't have to do nothing. I'm gonna sign on and listen. Now all that has come to an end, but my daughter, my 7-year-old, now has online school. So I came up with some pros and cons of online school. Some of us would be aware of some little memes that are going around about online school. I've seen other YouTubers make videos reacting to online school and all that good stuff. So we wanted to have this as a conversation. So as we go along, just comment down below what you think the pros and cons are, if I missed anything, because I don't know all the pros and all the cons, and not everything will affect me in the same way it affects you, and you know how that thing goes. So as you go along, just remember to comment down below. Please remember to click the like button, and if you have not yet subscribed, please also remember to subscribe and turn your post notification bells on so that whenever we post, you will be first to know. Alright, so I'm going to go through the pros first, because for some reason I have more cons than pros. But let's go through them, and just let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and also if you'd like to add anything. Alright, okay. So my first pro is this. Parents have a more hands-on approach. Alright, so basically what this means is that the parents will see more of the child's work. Alright, a lot of times, because of the busyness of our schedule, sometimes we don't get to check our child's books and all that. I always try, when my daughter used to go to physical school, I always try to ensure that I check her books, just to see what she would have done during the course of the day. Now, because online school most times is supervised, parents are able to see what the children are doing, because from time to time they should be checking on the student to ensure the child, to ensure that they're actually participating in school, and if there's notes to write, they're actually doing it. So parents have a more hands-on approach. Children are less or are not distracted by the physicalness of each other. So in regular school, the children them dead here, and them see them friend, and them have lots to talk about, and them want to share them snack, and them want to take up a pens, and them want to borrow a sharp, and them want to interact with other children, because that is human nature. So online school doesn't allow that, because we are going to interact with, you understand? You don't have it if you're not around anyone, unless it is your siblings in your household, right? So they don't have that distraction. They get to learn from the comfort of their own home. So as I said, when I used to go to school online, I just used to roll out of bed, grab up my laptop, and just log in, and I'm ready to go. So the children can do that too. Then just wake up, brush them teeth, get breakfast, put on a uniform or half of it, like pretty, and just get cracking. You understand? The next thing is safety. So safety in the sense that it reduces contact time, unnecessary travel. So safety in the sense that they're not travel going away, so no accidents, no road related accidents are prone to happen. That's one. Then safety in the sense that they're not exposed to persons out there who may be asymptomatic, or who may be positive for COVID and they don't know, and whatever the case may be. So they're safe from that exposure, as well as other children that might be sick, like have a little cold here and there, have a little flu, have measles and mumps and ringworm and all of those other contagious stuff that children usually, you know, have and can easily pass on to other children because they're not as careful as adults are. Parents don't have to pay a driver, so for those of us who work, you know, so we pay the driver for drop them off and pick them up and this and that, they're not going anywhere, so the parents don't have to pay a driver to pick them up or drop them off or anything. The get ready time is less. As I said, them just wake up, brush them teeth, wash them face, eat breakfast, and they're ready to go if they are going to do all of that. So the get ready time is less. Sick children don't miss out. So remember I said earlier that some children might have look flu, look at this, especially now when, you know, we're also under a storm watch and, you know, the rain is falling, so, you know, kids pick up draft and then this and then that and all of that. So those children who are ill are not missing out. Them still can come online. You understand? If it was a physical environment, they might not, the parents might not send them to school, or children that have broken bones, because we have children. So because the children are at home for so long, then get themselves in all sorts of trouble. So some of them drop and break their hand, break their foot, do this, do that, and damage up their body. All those children can still learn from the comfort of their home because they don't have to move to a physical environment. And that is the last of my pros. I just don't know, you know. If you have more pros, please don't hesitate. Drop them in the comment section so we can, you know, flesh them out. My water check is here, guys. Is everything. Look on the match. My water check is here, guys. Alright. The cons. Alright, so it is more expensive for some parents who work. So while it is very convenient for the parents that are unemployed or are able to work from home or are self-employed or have a little bit more flex in their jobs, you have some parents that don't have that, and so it is more expensive for them because they now have to pay a caretaker to watch their children while their children is learning. Then you have another thing where it takes a little bit more out of the parents as it relates to the fact that they have to now buy new devices, especially if they have like 3 or 4 children that are going to school. They have to buy 4 tablets or 4 laptop or 4 whatever else they are using, 4 phones. The light bill is going to be a little bit more because persons are home, you know, during the days now. It's not just an empty house anymore. Persons are home, so, you know, so GPS bill she gone up and all of that. Parents that are not technologically savvy will suffer. So some parents just don't know what to do. They don't know how to navigate technology. They don't know how to. I remember I sent my daughter to one of our teachers, and for the life of them couldn't sign into the damn Chromebook. And I'm like, what do you mean? When I got back home and I checked it, all they needed was to sign in my email, sign my email onto Zoom, and it was just a lot of stuff. Then you have some parents that are unable to read, and that causes a little bit of a problem with helping their children as well, because we are also using WhatsApp groups, and things are sent in the WhatsApp groups, and parents, you know, unless it's in a voice note, them just not get what you try to say. Even when you send it in plain English, their interpretation of what was said sometimes throw off everybody and throw them off, and you know, that can cause also a barrier to learning. Teachers spend a lot of time disciplining children. I don't know if it would be the same amount of time if they were in a physical environment, because they still have to discipline the children in the physical environment, especially so. But I don't know if it would be, you know, the same amount of time, because I hear my daughter while she's on online class, the teacher keeps saying, mute your mics, mute your mics. I think that is supposed to be a hashtag in this video. If you watch to this point, please remember to hashtag. Don't hashtag, just write in the comment section, mute your mics. And that is the tagline for this particular video, midterm X. Right? So yeah, so teachers spend a little bit more time disciplining the children. Books are not physically marked. So you know, you used to see all of the reading in the book and the stars and the very goods and the this and the that, you know, just to encourage the children. That's no longer happening. Books are marked online. So like, you send something via WhatsApp and the teacher, I don't know which app them I use, you still want to look a mark come back on the particular assignment. Children eat more when they're at home, and all I will know this. When you're at school, there's a structure. You get break time, then you get lunch time, and then this. But when you're at home, everything is there to your convenience. You just eat. You can eat while you're in class. You just eat along. So children eat more when they are home. Parents are more abusive. Parents are more abusive when they realize their child's level. You know, how they navigate class and their participation level, and you know, because as I said, parents don't know what goes on in the school environment, in the physical environment, but know that they're home and they can hear when the teacher is asking their child, do this or do that, or what is this and what is that, and they hear that the child don't know. Okay, people them turn from 0 to 100 real quick. Me kind of guilty sometimes. I mean, I don't lash out. I'm not go crazy. I just sit down and just listen to her. Because if I wasn't there, I would help her. So I just sit down and listen to her and how she would navigate and whatever. When class finished now, we'll probably go over whatever I think she was struggling with or whatnot. Children miss log-on times or class on a whole when there's technology failure. So sometimes the laptop, she realize it never charge. The laptop now work good, so it sign you off, it log you off, the light go away, the internet drop, all sorts of something. So children, the login time is delayed or it just never ever happen any at all. They get distracted. So there are sometimes in the day when they say, oh, it's lunchtime and the children are supposed to come back 12 o'clock or whatever time they're supposed to come back. You did a busy, I do your own thing. Now I remember the them supposed to sign in back at a particular time. By the time you actually remember, it happened to me one time. It happened to me one time where I never remember the kid was supposed to sign back in at a particular time, and when I remember, it was like an hour and a half later. I'm like, oh my god, she missed the class. And so yes, so that's another con. Another one is it gives the parents an opportunity to see what teachers go through. So I always say to people, I respect teachers a whole lot because they're superhumans. They go through a lot. You know, you have some teachers when I work, but you have some that they really deserve their props. They go through a lot. Just imagine you have your one pit in your yard, and that one pit that stresses the hell out, nah cooperate, nah do the and the teacher has 40 of them in the class. That's similar to your child. Just picture that. When you have online class, the parents can now see what the teachers have to go through. Trust and believe. And some parents wouldn't mind, even though a pandemic, if the teacher take a pit them. If the teacher take a pit them and teach them a physical environment. Alright, the next point, parents may be tempted to help their child. So you have some parents who will sit down one time and whisper to them Pitney and I tell them Pitney the answer and mute the mic and tell them Pitney what to say and make them unmute the mic. I don't do that. I sit in another room. I don't even sit in the same room with my child. I sit in another room and I listen until I turn up my laptop so I can hear what is happening in the class. So when teacher call her out and she did it and she answer the question, I mean I do nothing. But I'm sitting down when it's the same way. Because had it not been this, if it was a physical space, she would have to fend for herself. So I don't get involved. I just sit there. It's either you know or you don't know. I mean, can't help you. So parents are tempted to help their children. If you are a parent and your child is in online school, please don't help them. Not while class is going on. Your time to help them is after class, before class, and on weekends, not during class. When a class time, I demand the teacher just let them be. Don't sit there and speak for them. I see it happen a lot of times in the online class. You hear one big old adult in the mic, Miss, I think my son is this and I think my son. No. You don't think nothing. While class is going on, you don't think, you don't speak, you're not there. You understand? I think persons need to understand that. It's not your class. Stay out. Listen. If after you listen you realize that there's a problem after class, you take up your picnic and say, "Oops, oops, oops, oops," and interrupt the class to come tell teacher what you think about your one child. No, you don't do that. Alright, children with low attention spans fall asleep. So you have that. I think I remember I talked to somebody and she told me say she have to watch our child because our child drop asleep and that additional the attention thing low, and when they're not supervised the people them log off. I remember somebody was saying something like that where the picnic must turn on an alarm for say, alright, my mother come from work such time, or you know the class supposed to end such time, or whatever the case, and the people them log off. The people them log off. Children get a little bit stressed out because they're lonely or they're alone. So to be in the house all day every day for months, it kind of takes a toll on your mental health. It happens to adults, so it definitely can happen to children who don't know how to process certain emotions. Can you just imagine the picnic there that if you're anybody like me, like I'm not gonna wait, if I don't have to leave the house right now, I want to go buy some groceries and I really don't want to go, but it's just because I know that I have to. You know, I don't want to go out there. You know, I want to stay home. When I'm home, I know that I'm safe, especially if I have to take my child with me. Understand? So the children that are at home and them not have nobody to talk to, them not have no siblings, it's just them mother now make them go outside and play with the neighbors. It's not even recommended that you do that because, as I said, you can have persons that are asymptomatic, you don't know for sure, and you're just stressed out and tormented, and it takes a toll on the children. So that's another con of online school. Then you have the sitting in front of the device for long periods of time. So we all know that our children are addicted to the device. So after class them gonna on YouTube, them gonna play game, them this that, so they practically have the device in their hands for the entire day. I have seen it with my own child. Wake up and have class. After class she gonna on YouTube, she gonna watch this and straight back to the night when it's time for her to go to her bed. The only time she's not in front of that thing is when she has to go to the bathroom or when she sleeps. And even sometimes I catch her going in the bathroom with her laptop in her hand, and I have to rush her, make she go put on the laptop, pause it, come. Look here, is that struggle, you know? It's not just easy. So people just make it look easy. My final point under con is that the constant logging off of the app. Like right now they're using Zoom. They don't say Zoom, I think they don't say Zoom that lasts for more than a particular amount of time. Like I think it's every 40 minutes it log you out or whatever the case, and you have to constantly be logging in. So if the child don't know if to log themselves in when it log out, they might stay out. So that is what I'm saying. An online school constantly requires persons to be alert. Oh, vegetable and so. Online school constantly requires, sorry, I get distracted, constantly requires that you pay attention, you see what's going on and that sort of thing. That's the end of the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Share the video with somebody who you think might find it interesting. If you agree with my points, please state your claim in the comments. If not, I still want to hear from you. Don't be shy, talk up a storm in the comment section. Do you have a child that is going through online school? Or are you going through online school as a parent or as an adult? Let me know. Talk in the comment section. Until next time, guys. And nobody don't text me in the comments and ask me where's Tony. Tony is not here. Let me say them have no onion and tomato. Tony is not around. Okay. Until next time, guys. This is your favorite LGBT activist, Tiana Laws, signing out. Peace.